So racing about to get underway here in Brisbane. It's a perfect late winter's day, or mid-winter's day. Temp in the low 20s. There's the light. Racing. Surreal Ascot pinged from out wide, clearly began well. The favourite was second away, Rich Minks. Third on settling down, Star Actor. There goes Mighty with the blinkers on today, racing up towards the lead now in second position. 5-star Vixen, fifth over on the rail. Then Kittry, followed by Benice's Spirit. Drifting back was Crimson Warning, and last of all was Threadbow. Down the side, 800 metres left to run. Surreal Ascot, after that smart start, sets up shop in front. Leads Mighty with a great trail in second. Tracking by length and a quarter. 5-star Vixen third, and Rich Minks ahead away fourth the outside, with 600 metres left to run. The gallop is sharp, 35.24 the first 600 metres. Then Bernice's Spirit outside of Star Act. She's travelling sixth on the rail. Then Kittry, Crimson Warning, and the roughie Threadbow turned in last. Straightening for home. 3.20 left to run. The leader, Surreal Ascot. Mighty on the outside, coming up strongly now, going better than the leader. Rich Minks coming after Mighty. 5-star Vixen needs room, and so too does Star Act. It's Mighty narrowly in front. Surreal Ascot's not giving in. Rich Minks now under pressure. Running on Benice's Spirit, and Kittry right down the outside. Grandstand finish coming up here. They hit the line. Kittry out wide, put in a big bound with Benice's Spirit. They made their runs together. Surreal Ascot fought on gamely, and Star Act not far away. Then Crimson Warning, followed by 5-star Vixen. Then came Threadbow. And what about these favourites? Goodness gracious.
All right, Chargy, you've tracked down someone from the Mick Nolan yard.
Yeah, well, the man himself, Michael Kittry. Gee, that was a good finish. Blinkers on today. Did it do the trick?
Yeah, look, it did do the trick, and we had no luck at Eagle Farm the other day. We were just posted wide. She was tough to the end at 1200. I saw the 2-year-old fillies race this Saturday, and I just thought it's just worth a throw of the dice. And I've always been sort of kidding myself about the blinkers and going to put them on. I just threw them on. Sometimes you just do it and you're a bit desperate, but they definitely did the trick today, yeah.
They go well, these Invaders.
Yeah, look, she's a nice filly, well-developed filly. I've only had the one Invader, that's her, but as I said, her couple of runs since she won in Toowoomba have been very, very good. Not that we were brim with confidence today, but I just thought if we just get a crack at them at the finish, you know, she could be in the finish, and she was.
Well done, mate. Good win.
Thanks, mate.
There is Michael Nolan takes out the first at Doomben. We've got to head straight to the team at Gosford. Well, CJ, barnstorming finish. She was full of running.
She was full of running. She was really unlucky the other day from an awkward alley. We had to go forward and got trapped deep, and her run was really tenacious. She kept coming, and I thought it was a really good effort the other day. So pretty confident coming here today, but we drew awkward again, and the plan was to go forward, but she was just a little bit tardy away, so had to quickly go to Pan B, and I think it was a blessing in disguise because I got a really nice run throughout, and she was really strong to the line.
Michael said he was kidding himself about the blinkers. He finally realised it.
Yes, that was all his idea. It definitely wasn't any of my input, so great training performance, and I'm just wrapped to get another winner for him.
Loving Queensland?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I made the move. I wish I had just made it a little sooner, but I will make the most of what time I got left.
Well done, good ride, good win.
Thank you so much.
Starters of the ladder, last few coming up. Mariinsky last to move in. Now the starter has a complete line. The red light is on, set to jump race 2 at Doomben. They're off and racing this time. And towards the inside, Chasenardi bounced nicely. Cradle of Life began well with Master Marco. She's a Dandy and Tea Leaves. Not far away, Bump and Run with Gulf of Saros and Contribute. Over on the rail just behind the leading division. In the second half, we've got Via Delamore outside of Boldelago. Tony B given ample time to find his feet and settle down. He settles down in second last position, and going out to last was Mariinsky. That's the first call. Below the mile, they move to the side of the track. Cradle of Life pushing on on takes control with Master Marco going to second, and racing third on the inside was Tea Leaves. She's a dandy, the former Victorian fourth outside of Chasenardi in those club colours, racing fifth on the rail. Gulf of Saros 3 wide going by them on his improved towards the front. Bump and Run also on a forward move. They're followed by Via Delamore also 3 deep. So some of these making their runs a long way from home. Then came Contribute coming one off the rail. Boldalago, Tony B just ambling along second last, and Maradinsky the roughie last of all, 10 to 12 off the lead, down by the 1,000. Gulf of Saros, a long shot, took over, led by 2. Cradle of Life now in a clear second. Master Marco third and Tea Leaves fourth on the rail. Bump and Run still coursing 3 deep around She's a Dandy and Chasenardi. After that good beginning, he's been shuffled back about 7th or 8th to the rail. Then Via Delamore, Maradinsky going forward. Then Contribute, Tony B, second last, 6 to 7 off them, and Boldalago whipped them in. First 1,400, 129.92. Gulf of Saros about to be swallowed up by Cradle of Life. Master Marco comes calling 3 wide. 4 wide Via Delamore, 5 wide Maradinsky, and all of a sudden Tony B starts to work into the picture and work into it strongly. In the home straight, Gulf of Saros headed by Cradle of Life. Master Marco comes at him, Chasenardi diving back to the rail. Then Via Delamore, She's a Dandy. Tony B just one batting now. Cradle of Life the leader. Chasenardi seizing the rails run. Then Tony B, She's a Dandy coming through. Chasenardi though shot the gap and got the money. Chasenardi from She's a Dandy and Cradle of Life. Tony B had his chance, not far away with Via Delamore and then Tea Leaves. Master Marco, followed by Gulf of Saros, Boldalago, Maradinsky, Bump and Run and Contribute towards the tail in 2.5.48.
Well, Sean, he's really starting to put it together now, this horse, Chasenardi. Nice win.
Yeah, I think he's been placed really well. He's been prepped really well. Was always going to be a little bit sticky from his gate that he was going to end up in probably too good a spot. I like to sort of get out on this horse because he can hit a flat spot. Obviously ending up on the fence, I had to wait a bit more patiently today and he actually enjoyed it.
You were like a thief in the night there, but it was a good steer. The seas parted enough and he did the rest.
Yeah, it worked out nicely when I watched the runs with the horses in front of me. It was always going to work out nicely for me, but he's done good and he's flying at the moment.
Well done, good ride.
Thank you.
To go in is Odi Ra, and we've got a complete line for the third race today. Red light turned on. Set to jump. Atlantic Eagle, a well-backed favourite. Racing. They jumped at a reasonably good line. On the inside, Stardome showing out early. Mississippi Prince pushing on as expected. Up there nice and handy early was Waireri Falls, and Stuck With You is going to take closer order in the initial stages. Now, Tarrant takes Atlantic Eagle back to 5th, one off the rail. Oti Ra is second last, and Moober is specced in betting, but settles last of the 7. They turn out of the straight, 1,600 metres left to run. Mississippi Prince being challenged by Stuck With You on the outside. He's having a crack for the front, and soon afterwards, Stuck With You will roll the lead from Mississippi Prince. Racing third over on the inside was Stardome, and fourth the outer Waireri Falls. 2 lengths away Atlantic Eagle, racing on the outside of Oti Ra, and Moober is last of all, and I'd estimate about 6 to 7 off the lead. Turning to the back straight now, 1,200 left to run. Stuck With You, went forward and found the front. Mississippi Prince takes the trail over the 2,000 metres. Ormond has Stardome travelling smoothly. He's a length back third on the rail, and 3/4 Waireri Falls in fourth, 1 to Oti Ra. Tucked away fifth on the fence at the 1,000. Atlantic Eagle the favourite, second last, and one behind it as Moober is. So they've sorted their order out. The pace, only fair I'd say, is Stuck With You. Controls up front as they run towards the half mile. Had a lead margin of about 1 3/4 lengths. Mississippi Prince coming away from the rail in second. Stardome third, the fence. Fourth the outside, Waireri Falls. He's had a good run in transit. Then came Oti Ra in clear space, followed by Moober is. Atlantic Eagle, something's wrong here. The favourite will be, I would suggest, retired from the race. Something has gone amiss. So a sensation. The favourite is out of business. Up to the turn. 400 metres left to run. New ball game now. Stuck with you. Led into the straight. From Stardo, Mississippi Prince, Waireri Falls, chiming at the right time. Then Moober is an 80 run getting going. Still stuck with you in front. 1-2 with the Shillelagh. Mississippi Prince trying hard. So is Waireri Falls. The others can't win. Stuck with you in front. Waireri Falls trying hard. Stuck with you. 50 to go. The leader. Waireri Falls is going to put in a dive. They hit the line. Photo. Stuck with you. Waireri Falls. And in between them, Mississippi Prince third. A gap then to Odira, who didn't come on. Then came Stardo, Mubariz, and Atlantic Eagle has been retired from the race. The sensation at around the 500 metres.
Well, mate, he's got a liking for this track, and it was a clever ride by Kyle.
Yeah, it certainly was. Kyle was adamant that we'd go forward. We didn't expect to probably lead on our own like we did, but probably sit outside leader. But, when they were happy to hand up, the horse sticks good, and he was happy to sort of let him do that little bit extra work to find the front, and dictated well and pulled out just enough.
He's pretty genuine, isn't he? He always runs a good race.
Absolutely, and I mean, his asset is his ability to stay, as I said, and up to the 2,000 certainly helps. And look, he's a nice horse for us, and 2 winners in about 20 minutes for the OTI. They're nice clients for us too, so it's a great day.
Well done.
Thank you.
Kyle Wilson-Taylor, a peach by you. You took the initiative, went forward, wasn't a lot of speed, and they let you have it easy.
Yeah, they did, and look, you can't really do that with a horse like him. He was probably the best stayer in the field, and he loves this track, and we get along very well. And like you said, we got it very easy in front, and Matt's team's absolutely flying at the moment, and well-prepared horse with everything went his way today, and he was too good.
What about you? You've had a busy week. Congratulations. Engagement on Wednesday, straight after the races at Ipswich.
Yeah, well, it was actually the Friday before, but Ange didn't let anyone know till then. But no, she's a great girl, and very lucky to have her. And it has been a good year.
Mate, you're flying. Well done.
Thank you.
All set. Let's see how the favourite begins. She's drawn widely. Stand by. They're off. Intersec out wide began quite well and now gathers good speed. Chasing after Power Boom and H.E. Lovely, who both began fast. She's 3 wide initially. Intersec trying to get in. Can't for the moment. Miss Barty fourth away. Then came Reliable Ruby over on the inside of Shenjobi. Then GBS Crazy Trade. Barista Sister and Field Weary. Down the side, H.E. Lovely with a neck arch leads the way. Intersec's over racing now, getting one off the fence nevertheless. And Miss Barty went up to make almost a line of 3. Power Boom surrenders, fourth the fence, Shenjobi fifth, but being pushed along. Reliable Ruby and Crazy Trade race together. They're in the second half of the field, 5 off the lead. Then Barista Sister, followed by GBS and Field Weary last and widest. In the straight, 350 left to run. Despite a wide trip, Miss Barty went to Ain't She Lovely. Intersect just behind them, needs to get a bit of a move on, but getting it now. Relishing the gap and coming home strongly is Crazy Trade. Crazy Trade on the outside with a full head of steam. Went to Intersect, 50 to go. Intersect in for the fight. Intersect rallying. Favourite wins. Intersect from Crazy Trade. Reliable Ruby. Fourth not sure. Field Weary out wide. Then Barista Sister, Power Boom, Miss Barty, Ain't She Lovely, GBS and Shenjobi in 1, 5 and 22.
Well, he looks as relieved as you and I, Joycey. Gee, Tony, that was tough.
Yeah, she did a good job. She rode it really well, and she had a very tricky barrier, and the plan was to be pretty positive on her, and she was able to get back in and get a trail, and then horse sort of come around 3 wide, and she was trying to keep that one off the fence, and it got a little bit messy there around the 500, and she never panics, but does she? I sort of panic watching her ride, but she doesn't panic, and she picked up really well. The second horse, clearly, I'd say, headed her about the furlong, but she did a good job. She fought well.
Cool as a cucumber. Might have been that time in North Queensland she spent.
Could be, Chargy. I'm sure we'll use it anyway. But no, that mare's been really good. She's been very consistent all preparation, this horse, and I know you want them to win a race and you think they deserve it, but it doesn't come that way. But today it did for her, so it was really good.
Well deserved. Well done.
Thank you.
You wanted in the run.
Yeah, that's right. It was a very messy run race. I was pretty happy when I was able to get across one off. I thought it was a risk if I would get there, but I was pretty happy when I was there. But then it was just a muddling run race after that. But she's a lovely filly. She's very versatile, and where you put her, she can run well on speed, just off, and she did well. We were sort of crowded at the top of the straight, and she could have just sort of come out of it, but she was bold enough to put herself in there, and she kicked really well. So it was a super confident win from her, and a very well-deserved win as well.
And Eagle Eyes Paul Joyce picked up that you might have lost the whip there when you needed it as well.
Yeah, I might have at the top of the straight. I wasn't going to mention that, but she knows what she's doing. She's in super form, so I was just so happy she picked up without the stick today.
Cool as a cucumber. Well done.
Thank you.
We're set. Bit of movement in the centre of the line. Now they steady up. Should catch them any tick. Racing now. Aquarelta bounced well. Showing good early speed, Be Water, My Friend, and Azarich. Ashgrove about fourth away. Kyrie Love Sensation. They're travelling forward. Manawatuckby nearer the rail behind that leading bunch. Then came Laheros drifting back, getting the head up in the air. Selig one off second last, and Roman Air settles down last of all. Azarich goes to the back straight, leading by a length. Love Sensation got across fairly comfortably to be second. Kyrie caught three wide early. Be Water, My Friend, fourth the centre. And fifth over on the inside, Aquarelta getting a good run. Now there's the favourite Ashgrove. He's a touch worse in midfield at the 1,000. He races on the outside of Manawatuckby. Salik now gets onto the back of Ashgrove, so the two big guns of the betting will make their runs together at some point at least. And then Roman Air and Laheros is last. They head inside the half mile, travelling down the side. Azarich leads away. Love Sensation 3/4 away. Kyrie off the track third. Aquarelta continues to get that tiny run fourth defence. Then Be Water, My Friend, followed by Ashgrove. He peels out three wide now, moving into that three wide line, and Salika's following. Laheros is wider back in the field. Manawatuckby, and out of the tail was Roman Air. The first 1,000 metres in 60.6 seconds. Ashgrove coming 4 and 5 wide on straightening. Azarich led from Love Sensation. Aquarelta getting a rails run. Ashgrove now joining on the outside, and Salika's following up about a length behind Ashgrove. Azarich is still a leader. Ashgrove is flat out on the outside. Be Water, My Friend is driving through. Then Salik. Be Water, My Friend, Salik and Ashgrove. Another big finish coming up to the line. Salik might have got the bob in a photo with Be Water, My Friend, and Ashgrove between them. Azarich peak length in Aquarelta, followed by Roman Air. Then came Manawatuckby, Love Sensation, Laheros, and last over the line was Kyrie in 1:36.56.
Brett, gee, good tough win. She had to dig deep coming from the back, and it may not have suited today's pattern.
No, it doesn't look like it's that's the pattern today. Had a lovely run on the main dangers back, and probably had the strongest mile form in the race. Ben Ryan was pretty confident coming around the turn. He had a lap full there, and it was good she dug deep. It's been a while between wins. 12 months ago she put a few together here, so it's really good to see her back in form.
Well placed today too. That probably told in the end.
Yeah, 2 starts ago she was beaten less than 2 lengths by Antino. She's run around in some pretty good quality races, so yeah, definitely a drop in grade.
Well done, good win.
Thank you.
She was very gallant the other day. Just beaten by a better one on the day and aided by a good ride. But today, well placed. The speed was set up for her, and she's got a good rap sheet at the mile. So she came here very well placed, and it was good. She got the job done.
You were getting onto the back of Ashgrove, and then he sort of went to charge away from you, so you had to sort of dig in and find the fight, but she found it.
She did. Like I said, she was very gallant the other day. She looked well placed in this, and aided by a good tempo. She was always going to be strong late, and Ashgrove, as we know, he's got a short, sharp sprint, but she's very strong at the mile. So I was quietly confident I was going to get over it.
Riding well, mate. Ready for Sydney?
Yeah, ready. Packed my bags Thursday morning. So, yeah, go down there, have a crack and see how we go.
Well done.
Thank you.
Light turned on. Favourite drawn barrier 3, Vodka Martini. Racing. Vodka Martini began beautifully from barrier 3. The hot pot goes straight to the early lead. Matilli outside of it second. Bring Me Cash third away. Then Queen Assassin followed by Simbu. Simbu settling fifth on the rail. Then Craigley Levy and Street Smart. A few lengths away then came Red Zeus followed by Jameldi and Wish I Had run off its legs early as last of all. Matilli was able to cross Vodka Martini, but Vodka Martini comes off the fence now to sit up outside of Matilli. Bring Me Cash doing it tough. 3 wide outside the lead pair. Simbu's getting a gun run fourth behind that leading trio. Queen Assassin travelling up to fifth of the turn. Then Craigley Levy, Jameldi, Street Smart, Red Zeus and Wish I Had nearer the rail. In the straight, Matilli on the inside leads the way. Vodka Martini now being called upon full time to come after Matilli, who's got another kick. She knows how to fight, and Jameldi runs on strongly. Vodka Martini went to Matilli at the 100. Jameldi now up to second. Vodka Martini in front, holding on. Vodka Martini beat Jameldi, who charged late. Matilli third, fourth photo, Simbu or Queen Assassin, then Craigley Levy, Bring Me Cash, followed by Red Zeus, Wish I Had and Street Smart last home in 60 and 23.
He's a nice horse, this.
Yeah, he's a good little boy. I was a bit worried backing him up, but as I said, the cutest money's running out. You know, it's 73,500 the winner, and next week it's 1,400. So I said to the owners, look, we'll throw his nom in. If he draws soft, we'll go. If not, we won't. So he's done nothing all week. Just went to the beach yesterday. Look, he's done a good job. He did lighten off a little bit, so you probably need a week or so off. But look, he's been a good money spinner. I trained his father. Very quick horse, Agitate, but a good bunch of owners. So it's good to get a win for him.
You were only saying Wednesday you'd had a bit of a lean trot, but this puts a spring back in the step.
Yeah, look, I had pretty ordinary 12 months really, but we're surviving and I own a share in this, so it's good. The owners give me a share, Tony Havoc, so no, it's good for all the owners. They're a good bunch of racing people. They put a lot of money in, so no, great for them, and no, it was good. And good for CJ, she rode it perfect.
She rides good.
Yeah, she's going good. She wants to learn. She's got a good jockey brain. She asks a lot of questions every night. We go through her rides and that. So she wants to be a jockey. Had this plan in mind. We were a bit worried about them ripping over, but we wanted to get around that first corner first because they can get shuffled back. So she'll be stoked, I'd say. She's got a smile on her face there now, but she's a very hard worker. I don't know how she drives all the miles she does, but she's a ripper.
Well done.
Thank you.
It's tough, you know, to come here and do that on a quick backup, and he's had 2 very tough runs this prep and been unlucky from bad barriers. So I was absolutely wrapped when we drew soft today, and just super grateful to retain the ride, and I'm glad I could get the job done for Kel and all the owners.
Well, Kelly doesn't sing praises too often, but he was singing yours there.
Oh, he's too kind. I definitely won't get a big head. I know I've got a lot to learn, but I'm willing to do everything I can to improve, and I'm just very grateful to be here.
And you're working very hard.
Yeah, you don't get anywhere without hard work, so that's what I'm here to do.
Well done. Double on the Metro Day. That'll keep the tally ticking.
Thank you.
Data has them. 12 running. All set. No jumpers yet. Racing now. Well, that was a starter's delight. They bounced beautifully. Showing good early speed was Pivotal Motion with Thelwell, Zingalong, Darlevin and Orbison. 5 wide. The jog hits the go button. He is screaming towards the front as they hit that first bend. Getting back in the second half of the field was Uncle Russ. Followed then by Sidearm Ralphie. Ready for anything caught 3 wide. That All Stars Andy and groomed as last of all. Orbison got over reasonably comfortably. Now Hamlin steadies. He leads Darlevin by a length. Zingalong third box seat. Thelwell fourth the outside at the 550. Pivotal Motion lying fifth around that Uncle Russ. Nothing's gone right for Ready for Anything. Exposed 3 wide. Ralphie in behind him. Andy even wider. Sidearm the fence, and the last pair were All Stars and groomed. In the straight, 300 left to run. Orbison going well for the moment. Leads Darlevin by a neat length. Thelwell coming up to the pair. Then Zingalong followed by Ready for Anything. Ralphie a fair way off. Then Orbison still in front. Thelwell knuckling down into some sort of danger. Orbison in for the fight. Narrowly in front. Thelwell trying hard. They hit the line. Photo. Orbison trying to hold on. Thelwell diving late from Ralphie, and not far away was Darlevin. Then came at the head of the others Sidearm, Ready for Anything, wide all the way. Then Zingalong, Pivotal Motion, All Stars, Andy, no run on Uncle Russ and groomed. Whipped them in 1:4.63.
Well, he galloped down. Joyce, he's very, very happy with that. Orbison, good tough win, David. He had to burn from the gate. And what about Paulie Hamlin? He's a master, isn't he?
Yes, well, we couldn't have blamed him if he got beat. He was doing everything he could to get him over the line there, and he's done a lot of work on this horse, especially when he was younger. So Jan McMillan's very loyal, and she was keen to have him back on at some point. Today was the day with the 59.5, and rode him accordingly. It was a great, tough win.
He's got a bit of a mind of his own, hasn't he, Orbison? He gave you a little bit of grief at times going out onto the track. You've nullified that a bit now, and it's worked the last 2 runs.
Yes, there's a few strategies we've got to use with him, but look, he was in a pretty good place today mentally. He wanted to be here, and he wanted to get out on the track and get round to those barriers, so it's all good signs.
What about Paul Hamlin? If he was 10 kilos lighter, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, look, he's a master. He's a great rider, and, you know, he's as good a horseman as you'd see. And it's great to have him on, especially on a Saturday in town, and see him win. He's done a lot of work for me back home at Sunshine Coast, and he doesn't get enough credit.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well, Paulie, I had to come to town to see you. Good ride. You stamped him urgent from the gate, and he hung on. He was tough.
Didn't begin as well as I thought. Took a bit of getting to lead, coming to the first turn, which is my idea, but I just tried to nurse him, even 100 metres after straight, and just say that energy I used early, and it just had enough to hang on.
You're riding 59.5s like anyone else trying to make 54.
Yeah, I was probably just over 64 on yesterday afternoon, so it's hard for me to do, but it's obviously worthwhile.
You're a marvel. Well done.
Thank you.
Now they're all in. Light turned on for race 8 at Doomben. 1,200 metres is the trip. Space Boy, a speedy type, drawn the rails. They're off. Space Boy began well. Wisdom of Water equally well away. Hard Landing revved up to go outside the pair, and Bonaparte fourth on settling down. Astero landing fifth on the rail, then Salatine Sea Raider, followed by Simply Fly. He's 3 wide but pushing forward. Well back was Roman Aureus with Snow Zone and Bomber Sayers last. Into the first bend, 800 left to run. At a controlled tempo, Space Boy leads Hard Landing by a head. Wisdom of Water getting a perfect trip in third. Simply Fly, he's keen today. He's going up 3 wide, no cover. Astero continues to get that good run. He's parked fifth the rail at the half. halfway mark, and the first split in 35.85. Bonaparte a reasonably handy sixth, then Sea Raider, Salatine, Roman Aureus, and Snowzone and Bombasay the last pair, but they're tight and compact. 5 lengths top end to tail. Space Boy trying to do it all the way, heads for home in front. Wisdom of Water looms on the outside, hard landing under pressure. Then Astero followed by Bonaparte and Simply Fly. The others aren't in it. On the inside, Space Boy, Wisdom of Water. Bonaparte putting in well, then Simply Fly. Space Boy on the inside in front. Bonaparte on the outside, heading top gear. Look at Bonaparte, bang! Bonaparte for Archer Park. Beat home Space Boy and Salatine. They're followed by Roman Aureus motoring home. Then Sea Raider, followed by Snow Zone. Simply Fly, Astero and Wisdom Water both knocked up, then hard landing. And Bombasay whipped them in 1:10.32.
Ned deputising for Stewart. He's a good horse around Doomben, Bonaparte.
Yeah, his form around the track's fantastic, and leading up to today, fresh, bit of time off, it's done him a lot of good, and stable couldn't have been happier with how he came to the races today.
He's got a good fresh record too. It was a lovely ride.
Oh, absolutely fantastic ride. You know, Justin said to the owners beforehand, said, if we can sit sort of third, fourth, fifth, we'll be happy. Stewie was confident he'd have the speed out of the gates just to put himself there, and if you couldn't plan it any better than what he did.
And speed on suited.
Absolutely suited. He was able to settle a treat in just in behind them, and didn't hit the Chewy when they backed off in front either. So it was great to see him let down the way he did.
Well done. Good win.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, it's good to see full capacity of connections here, but spoke to Stu this morning. Filled me with nothing but confidence. He had a big opinion of the horse and how it raced today, and he said as long as I'm in the first four, he thought the horse would give the race a real shake. And once I asked him to quicken up, he gave me the turn of foot that Stu promised me. So I thought it was a very convincing win.
He just tracks so well. He was in the right position, as you said, close enough to them to strike.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought once we were able to lob in what I thought was the right spot for the horse in the race, and like you said, the speed was good early. I just thought for a section there down the side, in between the 8 to the 6, that speed sort of come out of it all a touch, and the leaders up front got a bit of an easy section, and it just sort of put me in an awkward spot on hills there for a bit, but I was able to get the horse back underneath me without having to be too drastic and do anything too sharp, and I was able to come back up underneath him, suck underneath him and come off of Boris's back, and it's too sharp.
Well done, good ride, good win.
Thank you.
Down here today, Chargy. It's been a blast. Have a safe trip back north. Let's head up for the call.
Here's the light. Set for the final event. Biggest field of the day. They're ready to jump. Racing Brisbane. Jumping in a good line. Where's his favourite, Princess Tenko? About midfield away. Didn't begin all that well. Fast to go, Broken Hero from Release the Beans, and Enterprise Mia swiftly on the scene. Magic and Me fourth away, and then came Manazzi. Oh, he's caught wide on Princess Tenko, 3 and 4 deep, and can't get in. Rose of Dewporth, midfield defence, then Gaius. Followed by Raging Pole, Two Smoking Barrels, Hokahay Accessory. A long way back, Beaufort Park, Scottish Prince, and out towards the tail was Lucky Exchange. Wolf Moon is back in the field. Into the first bend. Enterprise Mia backed it on, strings them out, leads Magic and Me by a length. The speed is good. 3 to Broken Hero third. Fourth the outside was Manazzi. They reach the 600 metres in 40. Well, that prior time is incorrect. Release the Beans getting a good run in fifth. Not so Princess Tenko. She's been off the track. Then Rose of Dewporth, Gaius Raging Pole, Two Smoking Barrels, Hokahay, Lucky Exchange, Beaufort Park, Wolf Moon a mile back, then Accessory and Scottish Prince. In the straight, Enterprise Me by the 300 metre pole, trying to fend off the challenge of Magic and Me. Release the Beans now, launching on the outside. Princess Tenko needs to get a real move on. Soon afterwards, Release the Beans went up to Enterprise Me and reached the lead with about 50 to go. And Gaius is running on strongly, but Release the Beans pinched a break, a winning one, and beat home Gaius, Enterprise Mia, and Magic and Me. Wolf Moon passing quite a few, then Rose of Dewporth, Two Smoking Barrels. Princess Tenko had too hard a run. Then Manazzi, Hokahay, Runaway, Lucky Exchange, Broken Hero, Raging Pole, Beaufort Park, Scottish Prince and Accessory, always with the cap catches in 120.14.